Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales. And today, it's been a while since we just straight up made a cocktail. So we're gonna do that. And we're using Empress 1901 gin, 1908, I'm sorry. We're using that gin today. Now we featured Empress on the show before.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. And I believe this is the same bottle. We just haven't dug into it in a while. So,
And that's, no offense to Empress, it's just other stuff.
we do a lot of running around and we got a lot of bottles of liquor to go through.
Other stuff happened,
But,
there were drinks to make and trips to go on.
Yep. But we're gonna get into you a little bit today. So what's the thought process behind this one? What are we doing?
Summer, for one thing, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it is hot.
Yeah, it's hot outside. Very, very hot.
But also, I wanted to go in an, I guess, unorthodox fashion in regards to making a summer drink. Usually we let the tequila and the rum fly, and that be it. I wanted to use the gin this time because I wanted to go for a more floral theme aspect, base or whatever, and I wanted to explore a flavor that I don't usually explore. So that's what the basis of this is. That's why I broke out the thyme. I've used thyme on this show a few times when I wanted to do a cocktail and get a specific flavor. I'm using thyme this time. I'm gonna get enough of saying thyme, but I'm using it this time because it goes well with the signature flavor that I'm invoking today, as it were. Hopefully I have enough. I guess a few more wouldn't hurt. Or rather, one more. Yeah, I have enough. This is fine. I mean, to be honest with you, I should have just threw one big sprig in there instead of breaking apart separate ones. But things happen. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm not gonna muddle them or anything like that because I think with something like thyme, you don't need to muddle, just shake it in the concoction. And because the leaves are so small, I'm gonna add some lime juice. That may not be enough. I'm gonna add more because I'm making enough for two of us anyway. That's why I got both glasses out.
Right.
But for those of you that are only making a cocktail for one, you won't need to adhere to this as much. And I'll provide the ingredient measurements in the description. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna use our syrup. Now, this isn't any ordinary syrup. The flavor I wanted to play with today is chamomile. I think by I think by the standards of, making drinks, specifically cocktails, and specifically when with all the drinks out there that use tea as some type of ingredient, either the basis or like a side flavor, as it were. You don't hear chamomile. I don't think I've ever heard chamomile. It's usually like Earl Grey,
Right.
or something else. I know we've done chai, but in that instance, I never used like a tea bag for chai. I made my own chai spice. With chamomile, I took a tea bag because where am I gonna find chamomile just regularly outside of, I don't know, a farmer's market or something?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is I just made a simple syrup and dumped a couple of the bags in there to do a a chamomile flavored simple syrup.
Okay.
We'll do, since I'm making it for 2, we'll do an ounce. Okay. And then we'll add our gin, our Empress Gin. This one's gonna be pretty simple, you know, not too elaborate.
Right.
I really wanted to focus on the chai, the chamomile, not the chai. I really wanted to focus on the chamomile. I want to see, you know, how that works out.
Right.
Three ounces will do. Put that to the side. We're gonna add our ice in. We're gonna shake. Big in that cup. So, my ideal garnish for this drink would be like a chamomile flower that you put in the middle. And you know, the thyme flakes will work as well since you can see them. You know, I know normally you would double strain this so that those flakes wouldn't be, those leaves wouldn't be in there, but I think for the visual aesthetic, you could keep those in there because they'll float to the top with the chamomile flower, or at least something that looks like a small chamomile flower.
So let's see what we got. And I already have a name for the drink.
Interesting. Did you get and I don't know if did you get kind of a buttery note similar to what you get when you drink margaritas with the salt rim?
That's not what I'm getting. It's interesting because you get the chamomile on the back end, and you get that lime mixed with that gin on the front end. I agree with you as far as the garnish is concerned with the thyme leaves. And the thyme makes it a little sharp too. I think there may be a subtle clash of flavors, but not too much, cause that chamomile, like I said, is on the back end, and I don't know how prominent you want the chamomile, but it still makes for a tasty drink.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I will say this too. Some alternatives I was thinking about when it came to the gin I wanted to use. I actually had two. Hendrix for its more floral notes, and Opier for its peppery notes to go with the thyme. I chose Hendrix. I'm sorry,
you chose
Empress. For a couple of reasons. One being that it was what we had on hand, but also I wanted that color for the aesthetic, for the visual aesthetic. I think the purple set on top of the color that the flower will be, which is white and yellow, and the green leaves inside makes for a great
visual.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you feel that way, because I'm glad you went with Empress. I don't think this cocktail works the same with either of those other two gins. As a matter of fact, I think they're totally different cocktails depending on the gin that you use.
You're right.
Like, completely different. Like, I don't think you make this this particular cocktail without exclusively using Empress Gin. I don't think you can do that. With that said, I have a name for this cocktail. I actually originally, when you said you were going to do something with gin and chamomile tea, I originally came up with a name. Then I saw the drink in action, and I tasted the drink, and I have another name.
Okay.
So my first name for this was going to be A Midsummer's Nap. Then I saw the drink, and the new name I have for it okay, so the new name I came up for it is Fountain of Dreams.
I like that one better.
If you're a Nintendo player or a Smash Brothers player, you know what this reference is. It looks just like it, especially if you make it in a glass like this.
And it works. Dream aspect. Chamomile tea. Chamomile puts you to sleep.
And I can't stress the visual, because I'm looking at the leaves of the
It looks like a pond or a lake.
Lily pads in it. And then when you get that chamomile flower, that's perfect too. Yeah, this is the perfect type of cocktail that you would see. This is a perfect type of specialty mixology cocktail type situation, and it's tasty. It's very tasty,
but it's also so simplistic that you don't have to go too much out of your way to try to make it. Like, this is something that you would see done, because we just attended that. Well, we worked and attended that ballroom. That grand opening, and there, and that was more or less what I was working off of as far as the thing for this, because the thing for the party was gardens and stuff like that. And I'm thinking this would be something that you will find at those types of parties.
And like I said, I love how you know what? The chamomile is spot on. I love how it's kind of a backdrop to this drink, but it lets you know it's there. If you know how to taste for chamomile,
the gin is gonna hit you already, because juniper is such a strong flavor. You really need the chamomile as a syrup to kind of, I don't want to say dull it, but even it out.
Honestly, the more I drink this, the more sophisticated it becomes. I don't know if that makes sense.
And because you're looking for, like, you're looking for flavors, and you're finding new flavors in each sip. Like the drink kind of evolves with as you spend time with it.
That is genuinely good. It's a very good cocktail. And you know, when we discussed this, I even told you I don't know if the lime was a good idea, but the lime works.
And I'm thinking maybe lemon as an alternative, but you may want to do. I'll leave it up to you guys. There's probably gonna be someone out there that's like, make it. I'm gonna make it with lemon, but at that juncture,
it's not the same cocktail.
Exactly.
Like I said, if you used Opier or if you used
Hendrix,
it wouldn't be the same cocktail. As a matter of fact, if you use Hendrix, I would say the name would be called a garden party.
Although at that juncture, I think I would just use a different
instead of Thyme, use something else.
Maybe mint, but I mean, then I'm just doing a south side.
Yeah, I like this. That was very good, and also it's a bit refreshing too. And it is something. It is the type of cocktail you could have at like a party or like a mixer type situation, especially a mixer with like a top tier mixologist running the bar. That's nice. That is very nice. I really like that.
Like the only thing the only thing that's gonna be a bit elaborate to make is the chamomile simple syrup. And that's not even all that elaborate.
But with that, so that does it for this, the Fountain of Dreams cocktail. And with that said and done, that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all content coming to the channel. Also, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. Share our content. This is a nice summer drink. Do you know someone that's having a mixer? Do you know someone that's having like a garden party or something like that? You may want to show them and suggest this drink as, you know, like little like mixer drinks to have. Share the video with them. Let them see it so they can see what needs to be done to make this cocktail. But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. And until next time, everybody, peace.